Hello everybody, welcome back to another week of streaming and another Monday trucking session. It is good to be back, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Good. It looks like I've got my volume levels sorted out after the past while. I did this behind the scenes. It turns out I really messed up my audio stuff during the last Caden live stream. I think that's what it was about anyways. But that's fixed now, so that's great. It's going to be trucking today. It's going to be a good time. Let's have some chats. Let's haul some loads. Yeah, let's have a good time. Mameyudoufu Second Brain, truly uncontested, one of the stream starting songs of all time. And boy, am I delighted to hear it every single day I stream. Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, let me say hi to everyone in chat first. I'm a little bit scattered, apologies. I am also half an hour late, don't mind that. I'm not late, you are. I was working on... I could probably mention this. I've been thinking about a V2 design for my website for some time now, but I haven't actually gotten to it. So today I decided to get to it. So that's nice, but it also got me really late because I got super sucked into it and then I had to set up all my stuff. Anyways, hello Aquafolly, hello Lime Fox, hello May, hello Mia, hello Eccentric Estrogen, hello, welcome. And I think that's everyone. That looks like all... Oh no, and Julia, of course. How could I forget you? Of course. Right, hello everybody. It's trucking time. We're not going to waste too much time today. Do I have anything to mention? I don't think I do. My notes don't say anything. So I think we're fine. Yeah, the usual. We'll save the discussion for the trucking. You know how it is. Let me get the actual game up and running. Speaking of, it is running. I had to make sure. I didn't want Doodle to crash because of shader comp again. That's going to be really annoying if so. Music player. Here we go. Bada bing. Fantastic. And let me just make sure. Yep. That looks like... Wow, what the fuck? Okay, this playlist is supposed to shuffle, but ended up playing the immediate next track. Did not expect that. Sure. We'll roll with it. Let's get back behind the wheel, shall we? Where the hell am I? I actually don't remember where I parked. That's gonna be fun to find out. Did I park? I probably parked. I normally park. But I might have been really tired last Monday. You never know. Give her a sec. Oh, hello, Nell. You made it. Good to see you. So I figured out why I always miss you. You start right around dinner time. Fuck! Oh! That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, excellent song choice, playlist. So, I have a confession. I did switch to Proton earlier because your truck was doing a weird thing where it was hogging my mouse and not letting me do anything else. This is a little unplayable and unlookable, So I should probably fix that. Well, that's nice. Sure. Hello, Coco. Welcome, welcome. You joined at an opportune time when my game is... my game is... Oh, it is. It most certainly is.
It's time to drink water.
It is! It's time to drink water. Yeah, you know the deal, everyone. If you have water with you, you should drink it. And if you don't have water, you should go get some, because water's good for you. I will drink to that. Sweet, beautiful water. The game being broken and the tickers also being broken is peak broken stream. Okay, look. I'm actually considering a dev stream next week, but I'm expending my one nerd stream credit on the experimental Thursday stream. By the way, I suppose while I'm waiting for the game to start, yeah, what do you think? If for anyone who's seen the schedule, we're gonna be streaming on Thursday. For those who don't know, we normally only stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, but I'm trying to add a 4th slot, mostly to actually make up for me missing a day last week. I had shit. I couldn't stream, unfortunately. I had shit to do. But I don't know if it works out nicely. 4 streams? Damn. I don't know. We'll see. Unable to sync? It should be fine. I don't think it's syncing anything crazy. I remember when I launched it in Proton, it forgot that, like, that I was logged into World of Tanks. World of Trucks. My online account for Euro Truck Simulator is what I meant to say with that. Hello, Ellie. Welcome. Next, our doodle is going to be stretched across the screen and upside down. Oh, don't tempt me. Don't fucking tempt me. Oh, you want me to put in my password again? You don't. Huh. No, you just don't have my avatar for some reason. Oh, no, you do. Okay. Moment of truth, I guess. Oh, where's my mouse? Here's my mouse. That looks a lot more promising. Yeah, baby. All right, how's my wheel? Calibrated? Yeah, baby. Oh, we are so back. Are you excited for Caden Life on Thursday? Heck yeah. You love to see it. When was that poll started? I never even saw that start. I must have been distracted. Apologies. All right. Now, I'm going to need a job. I need a job before I actually proceed. What the fuck? What is that? Okay, there is no evidence in the VOD for this, so I have to screenshot this. That is insanely fucking cool. What the hell? What is that? Okay, I'm gonna find what is the easiest way to get this on screen for you right now. I think I can just drag and drop an image into OBS. Yeah, look at this shit. She made her fucking chat message glow. When was this a feature? What do you mean? That's really fucking cool, but I'm also very confused. Okay. That's wild. That's so wild. Okay. Cargo market. 50... Oh no, I gotta go from Eindhoven start. Ooh, 49 grand for 21 tons of diesel generators. Don't mind if I do. I'm a 3-letter agent. Hope someone out there appreciate the Undertale reference that I stuck in the poll. Ah, shit. I was never gonna get that one. This isn't the right door, is it? Nah. Oh, because I'm supposed to go that way. Well, that would make a bit more sense, I think, yeah. This way. Oh, wait, is this the place? Am I literally just here? I think I'm literally just here. Let me get on. There we go. Let's go freight market. No, cargo markets. I always get them mixed up. I'm gonna take that job. Oh, now I have to turn all the way back around. Whatever. Oh, this wheel feels so much nicer when it's actually, like, not calibrated. That's not what it is, but aligned? I don't know. When a 5-degree turn in the real world means a 5-degree turn in game, because usually it's like the ratio is way off. Yeah, when the ratio is dialed in, that's when it feels really nice. Right. Now that we've actually started the job, I did ask how everyone was doing earlier, but as a refresher, or if anyone missed that earlier, how are you doing? Actually, I think we have some new people that joined it. What the fuck? What? Okay, nah, this is just getting stupid now. Yours has a whole fucking background on it. What is going on? Hold on. That's some bullshit. I gotta screenshot this again for the VOD watchers. Look at this. And you can't see in the screenshot, but it fucking warbles. That's so cool. What the hell? Amazing. It's hot. That's how I'm doing. Yeah, it has ticked up a bit, hasn't it? I remember I saw the most ominous message in my weather app just the other day going like, oh, it's going to get warmer soon. I'm like, please don't. I didn't ask for this. Nobody asked for this. Yeah. Oh, man. I hope that doesn't become too inconvenient for all of our sakes. Are we all doing those? I think they're bit donations. Although, yeah, actually, it doesn't trigger the alerts. That's interesting. Oh, shit. I'll have to fix that then. Or, well, it's a message effect. It's not necessarily meant as an alert. Yeah, I might leave that out of scope. That's sick, though. That's so cool. Maybe I can, like, message highlight or something. I get, like, an on-screen thing that pops in, like a toast notification. I gave Ari money. Thank you! Right. My keyboard did not arrive today, unfortunately. It is the 6th of the 7th. Amusingly. But despite that being the date that I was told it was going to arrive, there ain't no package at my door. Or at least there wasn't the last time I checked. Fucking Julia. Oh no, here she goes. I can't believe Ari doesn't appreciate your generous benefactors. That's fucked up. I do! I said thank you! That or I hallucinated it. I meant to say thank you. Yeah, no keyboard, unfortunately. So I'm still on the old one. And I probably will be for, I don't know, maybe it arrives tomorrow. It'll be sometime this week. And I'll be sure to yap about that when I finally do have it. Ooh, that'd be nice for the Caden livestream, actually. That could be pretty good. I mean, it's just gonna be a nice fucking keyboard in general. Oh, shit, I didn't think of... I'll need to allocate some time to, like, assemble it. Because it's hot swap keys, but... You know... I still have to assemble the hot swap switches. Sorry, not keys, switches. They're hot swap switches. Oh, piss off, man. You could see me right there. That's not cool. Okay, actually, that beat flowed really nicely. Was that just me? That was cool. A prediction has been started. Whatever for? Let's see. Will Ari say the number? Oh, I can't read the full thing. Apologies. Could someone tell me what that says? Actually, wait, no, it's fine. Hold on, I got this. No. Free my mouse cursor, please. Will Ari say the number? Oh. You fucking goblins. Anyways. What was I talking about? Keyboard? I was talking about the keyboard. Yeah, I'll have to allocate some time to actually assemble that thing, but oh, it's gonna be so worth it. It's gonna be such a nice keyboard. If I recall correctly, it's a linear tactile, I think. Linear tactile switches with low profile switches and caps. Yeah, so the switches are low profile linear tactiles, I think. And of course, low profile key caps. It is a split ergo keyboard, so it actually comes in 2 separate boards that I connect together with a USB cable. And it comes with this really nice, I think it's a braided, certainly coiled cable as well. This could be so nice. RGB too, addressable, QMK enabled, so I can do whatever I want with the keys. Oh, I will be so happy with my nice little board. That truck straight up broke the law. Yeah, I would never do something like that. I'm a very good law-abiding citizen on the road. Oh, fuck, I got trailer damage from that. Who could have foreseen this? Anyways. Yeah, keyboard. Gonna be cool. I hope, anyways. Should be a fun time. Ooh. I have, aside from the web dev stuff I was doing just a bit earlier, over the past, I want to say 2 days, I haven't spent like crazy long on it, I have been exploring the realm of 3D modeling. Specifically 3D modeling characters. I've been meaning to for a while. It's something I've always wanted to do, is make my own model from scratch, not like kit bashing or whatever. I wanted to like just make my own, in my own art style, all that jazz, right? And I'm certainly not there yet. It's gonna take me a while, and this is the big thing. I need to just fucking practice more. I do not do this enough. I need to drill this into my head. Maybe with an actual fucking drill, maybe then I'll remember. I just need to practice more. I need to allow myself to be kind of bad at first, and then just practice, and then I get good. Eventually, inevitably, with time. Well, so long as I'm, learning from mistakes and always critiquing and whatnot. But I trust myself to do that. The thing I don't trust myself to do is just step out there and do it in the first place, which is what gets really fucking annoying. But yeah, the idea is that I'm able to make my own models, and then I can do whatever sort of stuff with that, I guess. I'm a fucking VTuber, right? Like, having your own model made from scratch with your own character rig, by the way, is extremely versatile. So far, I've been working off of a tutorial series by Crash Sune Academy. Crash Sune Academy, there you go. Super cool. She's made very, very cool guides on Blender stuff, specifically in like low poly character modeling and such. And I'm like, yeah, low poly, that seems like a pretty good place to start, not having an assload of detail to deal with. And sure enough, yeah. Watched through a bunch of hours of tutorials, a couple episodes, and I've got a model. It's a fine looking model, to be clear, but there's a reason I'm not like showing it right now. Well, there's 2 reasons that I'm showing it right now. The first one is I'm effectively calling it V1, right? Because it's mostly based off of someone else's turnaround sheet. So it's got character details that aren't necessarily ones that I have. And I've only just like tweaked the proportions and like how the hair is shaped for the most part. And I made my own textures for it, because that was thankfully easy enough. But I am considering a V1 because it's not original enough, and it's also kind of by the same merit, it's not entirely in the art style I would want, I guess. Their art style looks perfectly fine, it's just not mine. So I want to spend more time honing the craft. Number 1, I have to draw my own fucking turnaround sheet. That would probably help a lot. Which involves me drawing, which I really should be just be doing more. Actually, here's a question. If a mod wouldn't mind throwing up a vote for this, I'd actually really, really appreciate it. I am very curious. So, about, months and months ago, I did a couple art streams where I made some of the emotes that you guys have in chat. I made those live. What if I just did more art streams? Maybe I could take requests in like a very... oh no, I'd have to be very particular in like how I'm taking those, because I'd want to be careful I'm not like overwhelming myself with requests and whatnot. And I want to do stuff that's like training me, you know? That's pushing me out of my comfort zone a little bit and is forcing me to like do interesting stuff. But yeah, what would you guys think about me doing a dedicated stream slot in the week for art? I'm so loud it damaged the trailer. You indicating? You have your thing on. Interesting. Thank you for the poll. Appreciate it. But yeah, in any case, I do need to practice drawing more. And hey, if I allocate an entire stream slot to it, maybe that could be the Thursday slot, actually. But if I allocate an entire stream slot to it, I kind of have no excuse. So that could work out nicely. And I think it still keeps me kind of variety as well. Like, so I do trucking every single Monday, but I'm not a trucking VTuber. I've never claimed to be. I don't necessarily want to be. If anything, purely isolated for the purposes of these streams on Mondays, yes, I am a trucking VTuber, but other than that, no, not really. But if I had like another dedicated slot where I was doing something entirely different, I could kind of justify that variety streamer title a bit more. When's the trucker model debut? I gotta think about that one. That'll be interesting. You know what, actually? Whenever I do actually get a live 2D model, you can get, they call them nude bases. Not like actually nude like an SFW, but it's like a bare skin base. So you can, in the future, send the same like components, the art assets to the same artist or a different artist, and you can essentially just ask them, hey, can you do me another outfit for this character? And then you just, you know, send that to your rigger and get all that stuff sorted. Oh shit, 4 out of 4 saying yes for art streams. All right, bets. Okay. Easiest decision I've ever made in my life. Yeah, I could. It would be a very expensive bit, but I could commission an artist to make me a fucking trucking outfit. I mean, at the very least, I could probably keep it pretty simple, right? I would imagine, like, I don't know, jeans for sure. It's got to be denim jeans, jacket tied around waist, fucking one of those white beater vests. Is there a better name for that than white beater vest? That's such a terrible fucking name for them. I get where the name comes from, but man, that sucks as a name. A tank top? Maybe, kinda? Yeah, maybe that is. Yeah. It's because the shirt beats its wife. Yeah, the shirt itself is responsible for that. That makes a lot of sense. There's a rest stop ahead. I probably want to stop at that. Whoa! I could probably go a bit further. It is a while till the next... Oh, and that's just... Oh, no. I think that's doable. And, like, absolute worst case scenario, I could probably stop in here or something and sort myself out. I think we're fine. We'll skip this one. Actually, I will go in just to mark it on my map. Mark it as Explored Road. Oh, piss. Oh, no, we're fine. The greatest driver that's ever lived. Oh, what do you mean it doesn't highlight those back ones? Aw, that sucks. Best to ever do it, you know it. low poly 3D modeling. Very cool. I have a model, and I've learned so much from it. Like, I have learned that number one, I am going to just need a turnaround reference. Freeballing a model like that without a reference is not great. Really want to at least have a concept sketch to go off. And that's kind of what the turnaround is. It's just like a fairly polished sketch for your 3D model that you're going to be making. So I'd minimally need that. But once I have it, I understand now like a lot of what goes into making the model actually happen from that point, which is really cool. I remember there have been times in the past where I have tried to 3D model, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I tried to do it without references. And would you believe it? It looked like ass! Unbelievable. I think like every good artist uses references, to be honest. Like, I know, I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of novelty to making an entirely original thing, but like everything original from the ground up, even your pose, even your clothing items, even your outfit, like even your expressions, it would make sense that, like, you know, you iterate little bits of innovation in your art. You push the boundaries on little bits while keeping to what you're good at with the rest, and you like slowly build out from there. So like, you know, I'm not fantastic with anatomy, so I'd use a lot of anatomy references, but I think I'm decent at faces. So like, you know, I could maybe do the face on my own or what have you. References don't make something unoriginal. Yes, exactly. I guess it's more the idea of like it didn't come entirely out of the brain, but then at the same time, like, you drill that thought down a tiny bit more, and it's like, dude, every fucking thing that your art is made of is just stuff you've churned together through however many years of living. Like, just because you don't have a pictorial reference physically right in front of you doesn't mean you're not referencing things. So, yeah, that was a whole nothing burger of an argument that I just made and then shot down very quickly. I think it's healthy enough to do that. Sometimes it's good to ask stupid questions and then just, you know, ask yourself it and try to think, well, why do I think, you know, this thing or whatever? Pre-computer artists used to have models where they worked to reference. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, those like wooden like desk doll, like pose doll kind of situations. There's a proper name for it, I'm sure, but yeah, no, I know what you mean. I ask stupid questions all the time. Yeah, the wooden guys, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. Especially in Digital Circus. I was thinking, what was the last place that I saw those guys in? It was Tetsi. There's a reason why we use pre-recorded samples when making music. Yes, that's true. That's very true. I guess it's, you know what? You know where that question comes from? It comes from a weird, like, Puritan elitism. Like an internalized set of that. And it's like, it's good for me to at least know that I have it, because then I know to fucking ignore it. Because it's stupid. But yeah, like you'd have a lot of people when electronic music was becoming, or you know, at least electronic music production was becoming more popular. There are a lot of people who are scoffing at the idea, just like, oh my goodness. They aren't artists because none of them can play the guitar, right? But like, who gives a shit? If I can make a vaguely interesting melody and a nice chord progression, and I think I'm pulling a fucking Hans Zimmer here. I think the most important part of a song, of a musical work, or pretty much any artistic work, is the story of it. And it's a little bit more nuanced than that, not just story. I'm actually going to pull into this rest stop thinking of it. Also, wow, I sent it on my brakes for that one. Good grief. Like, I've been pondering this. I don't remember exactly how it came to mind. I think it was off the back of some AI art situation. I was just kind of like checking back in with myself, like, what are my thoughts? Well, my first thoughts are, yeah, not really. I mean, look, even if it can be artistic in some way because there's a human involved somewhere in the process, it's still just not art that's interesting to me, because you've cut out like so much of the work that, like, I think the difference between like something made with soul and something that isn't is like you have a little bit of room to just dick around, to stray off the beaten path and explore stuff. I don't know, some AI person could probably make an argument that does happen. You know, I'm gonna shift off the AI stuff because that's just a fucking annoying conversation to get into. But just on like what makes art interesting for me, it's human stories, I feel. Or at least stories that are derived from some lineage that I can relate to, you know? So that could be, you know, a human story. It could be way more niche than that. It could be a trans story. It could be some nerdy story or whatever. There's all sorts of various categories of stories that will interest me because I relate to them in some way. Or if I don't relate to them, I'm intrigued by this kind of person and the life that they live and how that's portrayed in the work. Something blockbuster on an iPad. Yeah, exactly. On Thimthim. Slightly niche joke, but yeah. If you have watched Masterclass YTPs, you'll probably know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Good grief. My lights. Oh, I turned off my engine. I didn't mean to do that. That's my lights button. Other side of the wheel. It hasn't been that long. This is also quite funny. Who likes just not fucking seeing anything? Anyways, yeah. So, like, it kind of doesn't matter what your tools are, so long as there is, like, a really interesting, compelling story being told. I think, you know, I'll very briefly tinge on AI. Very briefly. While I could conceive how you would have some experimentation and whatever, and there's a little bit of a story that comes out of that, I feel like it still sucks a lot out of it. Because, like, if you're getting it to write for you, you've kind of handed over some of the reins on, like, your writing style, for example. Like, I find that particularly important. I quite like certain people's writing styles. I value that. AI music, I mean, you're just prompting you tell it to make the kind of music and then it makes the music. That's not interesting in the same way that I don't think, you know, someone just commissioning a song is all that interesting. I'm infinitely more interested to hear about the artist that was commissioned to make the work than the person who just threw some money at them and told them to do the thing, you know? I think that might be the dividing line for me. You become a lot more like the patron rather than the artist. And, I don't know, there's not that much of an interesting story about the patron. Oh, too far? Nah, we're good. How did I get into that conversation? Oh yeah, we were talking about, like, the stupid Puritanism of... Is that a word? Maybe. The stupid purity, I guess? Purity culture. There we go. Around artistic mediums. And how, you know, using, you know, electronic tools or, you know, digital tools and references are, like, all perfectly fine and normal, actually. And I need to get out of my own head about that shit. Is it imposter syndrome? I don't know. I'm not gonna poke at that thread too far. What else has been going on? I swear I had something else. Oh shit, well there's something. Have you heard about the Xbox layoffs today? I have not. I did hear though that Double Fine is independent again. So like, big win, big win. I'm taking my hand off the wheel to clap. Big win though. That's really cool. The layoffs though are not. That is pretty devastating, as all layoffs are. 3,200 people! Who do they have left? Actually, how many staff does Xbox still have employed? That's got to be like a quarter of their workforce minimum. I mean minimum. It could be half, to be completely honest. That's fucking ridiculous. Xbox, #1 gaming company that doesn't want to make games. Man, I have so many reasons to disdain Microsoft. Because this kind of happens through the whole company, right? Embrace, extend, extinguish, right? That's the Microsoft motto. Buy a whole bunch of shit that you could maybe construe as a competitor, use them until they're not useful to you anymore, maybe absorb their IP, and then kick them to the curb, let them die. At least they managed to do that without closing a single studio, but like, fuck. Yeah, but if you're laying off 3,200 people, what do you have left of your studios? I don't know if that's necessarily like a, whew, oh, well, at least the, you know, the name under which they all operated is still intact. Bro, there's nothing there anymore. Fucking crazy. Where are tech companies even getting all these staff members to lay off? That's actually a good question. I guess, like, you know, layoffs happen, and I guess some people maybe get hired back later, and because the companies have abusive relationships, the employees come back. Some of them maybe get rehired. I imagine a lot of people just kind of get reshuffled, right? Because, like, you gotta work somewhere. You're gonna eventually fall into something, even if it's not even in your sector anymore. Who needs people when you can have, what do they even have? They have intellectual property, I believe. I think that might be it. And AI, because they think AI will make all the games for them. I'm not going to talk about AI this stream. I'm not going to rant about AI this stream. I'm not doing it. Chat, I'm not going to do it. You see, do a massive hiring boom to appease investors, show how big you're getting, then voila, cut them a couple years later. Made better that you can rehire the same exact people for less money. Oh my god, right. Oh, I forgot about this. You know what? This enraged me so much when I first heard it. It's no wonder. I probably kicked it out of my head. There are companies out there who will straight up just put up fake fucking job postings to make it look like their business is growing. Just to not troll, but to fool shareholders into thinking that the company is actually growing. And that there's like something there. Like, that's so fucked. It hurts me immensely that that happens. Because you're fucking over so many would-be employees. I can't even say would-be, because no, the job posting wasn't fucking real to begin with. It was PR. It was a little bit of confetti to throw on the company doing absolutely fucking nothing. This is pissing me off. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of illegal merges. Right, because IP makes you money by just sitting around these days, somehow. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can license it, but I don't know, to what end? It's kind of capital when you think about it, because people will be attached to the brand. So you can hold on to it for years and years, and then eventually go, oh, we're making this old ass thing too! And then people fucking cum their pants and explode. And then you do it, it's a sleazy fucking cash grab, and then you lay off the whole studio because it was a disappointment. Like, fuck, dude. And then at the end of all of that, you can then say that your net revenues are up because you're paying less people. Like, that's probably why these layoffs happen, to be completely real. It's probably just to tweak the balance sheets. Really putting the resource and human resources. Like, fuck, dude. Umbrella Academy car passing gif. I've not seen Umbrella Academy, nor that gif, but I imagine that's a very funny reference. Dude, the job market is so fucking shitty, it makes you want to merge without looking. Yup. Oh, man. 6th of the 7th, 2026. Nell and Lewis radicalize Ari while she drives a truck for free. Dude, you realize half of these streams are me just, like, being radicalized or radicalizing the chat, right? Like, that's 90% of what happens during these trucking streams. Oh. God damn it. Fuck. Okay, the poll just ended. Will Ari say the number 6 or 7 next? Has ended on 6. 1,000 doodle bucks to Aquafolly. Fucking hell. This is money laundering, guys. Actual sleeper agent. I was reading Blue Sky Post and jumped. She had a fucking subroutine waiting in the background. Not sure we have much to radicalize her about that we haven't already done in other places at least. Yup. Pretty much. Hey, we've even talked about fucking @proto and Blue Sky stuff. Like, I don't even think you can radicalize me on that. I've been in the ringer. The only thing I haven't been there is banned, I guess. And even then, they can't do shit to my account. They can just stop me from interacting with the rest of the Blue Sky network, which, to be fair, would be devastating, but, you know, I'd live. Let's go ban Ari Untangled right now. No! This bot can fit so many Go routines. You're so Go pills today. She writes like 1 or 2 Go programs and now she gets all the references. You'll be horrified to hear my answer to this. I'm gonna assume the answer is that you actually have the power to do that, which, I don't know, Tangle's a small enough company as I understand it. Probably have some amounts of moderation ability. It's either that or I'm already banned on Tangled and I just didn't realize. I always have the power to do everything. No, it's much worse. Oh, what? Now I'm a little concerned. Oh, I assume the thing is that Tangled doesn't have moderation stuff. Bingo! Oh, dear. Listen, we just won't tell anybody. We say nothing, right? No one will know. No one will know. No one will take advantage of this information because it was never said. By Trimbly Bimbly. Oh no, that is a police car. What is happening? What is happening here? Is there a crash? Oh, don't stop, bro. Fire truck, car crash. Ah, fuck. Oh, shit. Hey, look, another car crash. Oh, man. Moderation is me going into the production Sequelite. Oh! Not even the production Postgres, the production Sequelite? You run a fairly lightweight app, I'm assuming. I'm hoping. Getting 442,069 spam accounts untangled. Oh, God. Luckily, the app proto relays will nuke you out of orbit before you can sneeze wrong, by the way. Oh, well, that's nice. Tangled is all in on Sequelite. You know what? I'm curious. I'm curious to hear about the mentality behind that, because when I eventually made the decision to, you know, select the database I was going to use for my personal website, I went for Postgres. But I understand that for my website, Postgres is ludicrously fucking overkill, and I do not need it. And I could probably be perfectly fine with SQLite, and frankly, I should just migrate. But that's not what I'm doing right now, because I don't feel like it, and I already made that decision. Now it's just tech debt. I say tech debt. Postgres is plenty powerful, but I have to set up a whole database next to my little website, whereas I could be running it much lighter. It could be a whole self-contained app, right? That'd be really nice. How do you feel about the SQLite code of conduct? I fucking love the code of conduct. It is very amusing. For those of you who do not know, the less technical people in chat, SQLite is a database library. So it's not a standalone app necessarily. It's more a library that you include in your applications that can essentially work with database files. And their code of conduct, for reasons I don't fully understand but could probably infer, is, I believe, the 10 Commandments? Which is, I mean, hey, look, boilerplate is boilerplate, right? But yeah, fascinating choice. Apologies, I gotta lock in on this parking job real quick. I will read the chat again. Oh, butter? Not quite. Try that. Just ease her out a little bit. Surely this is butter. It has to be. Oh. Yeah. Close enough, right? Yeah, we're good. I'll take it. Whatever. Beautiful. Oh, sorry, I missed that message. Bjorn, how are you? I am good. Thank you. Doing. A lot of App Proto was all in on SQLite because it actually works quite well, quote unquote. SQLitism revival came out of the grug devism of a couple years ago, IMO. Oh. Yeah. Admittedly, I'm a bit of a grug brain dev. In theory, I like really nice polished architectures, but sometimes grug want app do thing. Grug make app do thing. Grug no worry about is database server running, is database server configured with correct credentials. Grug use SQLite and make file appear. File is database, grug happy. Like, I get it. I very much get it. Easier to back up to. Immensely so. We need more Christian software, for real, for real. No, let me hear me say tendrils and stop reading. Oh god. That parking is a pain in the ass. Yeah, can be. SQLite is literally web scale. Yeah, even Julia's like, but how are you going to hyperscale a cluster across regions? What are you going to have on your tech pitch decks? Drug devs are alarmingly Venn diagrammed with WD-40 Libra Chud. What are you saying? What are these words? WD-40 Libra Chud dev. Like, you're making shit up now. I refuse to believe those are actually words that exist in any dictionary. High pressure slide valves. Don't mind if I do. Oh, beautiful. It's just over here. Web scale is one of those words everyone seems to use with the lack of a formal definition. I think it's just like scalable, like really scalable, fat scalable, AWS, you know, spit up a thing, make it scale. I don't know, some shit like that. That's what I assume it is. It's not a formal definition, but she's edging Kubernetes. Julia's always edging Kubernetes. Julia fact. Web scale is MongoDB. This is true. MongoDB is web scale, as we know. I was gonna lean further into that reference, but like, how many people will have seen that video, I wonder? The MongoDB web scale video. Web scale is a oh. No, because here's the thing, mate. You joke, oh, web scale's an Excel spreadsheet file. But, like, I have heard of people using... Bro, you can't actually be fucking for real. The light is green for me, asshole! Not cool. That's not how you're supposed to drive. Anyway. Yeah, May, you joke about an Excel spreadsheet database. I have heard of people using the Google API to interface with a Google Sheets doc and use that as their database. And if you're thinking, hey, that sounds abysmal. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Flat file YAML databases web scale. You're trying to rage bait me now. One of the hackerspace works for MongoDB. Oh, neat. Cool. I think there are some cases where object storage is okay, but it's for like really fucking dynamic data shapes. And yeah, document-oriented databases are what I'm talking about in this case. Which I believe MongoDB is. NoSQL is a language for that, if I understand correctly. It's been a while since I've last poked at NoSQL and document databases. The databases I tend to use are like structured, like SQL, or key value stores. I do quite like key value stores. They're nice. They're not for everything, but it's all about the tools in your shit bucket. REDoodle is not web scale. Yeah, she crashes every time I have a fucking Vulkan shader compilation. Every time. As most other ill-defined terms I expect it came out of a sales office somewhere. Probably not sales. Probably just came out of like middle management, I would expect. Tranquil PDS CSV database now when I've heard of people using Microsoft Office macros to use Excel as a database. Evil. Object storage is S3. So, right, yeah, object storage is S3. I'm thinking document storage, which is, I believe, what MongoDB is. The kind of thing where it's like, you don't have a strict shape to your data, but you can just query, hey, get me every document where it has this parameter, and it's called this, or, and has this value or whatever. That's how I expect that to work anyways. You thinking of document database? Sorry, if I said object, I meant documents. But yes, yeah. There would be relational databases, which is like your MySQL, your MariaDB, your Postgres. You've got document databases like MongoDB. You have object storage, which would be like an S3 bucket. And key value stores like Redis or Valkey. And then just chucking your files in a fucking folder and calling it a day. Also kind of valid, maybe. I'm sure people were doing that plenty before actual database software came along. Tranquil Store? Oh god. Yeah, I seem to be hearing a lot on occasion about Lewis rolling a database, like a custom database. I would be interested as a learning experience. In fact, I have actually made a key value store. I think it even saves to a file. I think, yeah, it had data persistence. But it advertises no other features. It is a CLI application that you run, and then you can either type get the thing that you want and it'll return the thing, or you can set the thing that you want to some value. That's it. No other features. Sometimes it's all you need. But, yeah, I don't know about, like, a whole ass database. I certainly wouldn't want to use it in prod. I don't want to be extremely confident. Now, like, I say that, right? I lean into there are certain things that one should not reinvent the wheel on. But, you know, there is room for innovation, I'm sure, in like every software field, right? And databases, I'm sure, are one of them as well. I guess more specifically, it's not something I should be dicking around with, because I'm not autistic about databases. It doesn't interest me as much. 140, boy, baby, let's go. Sorry, I got distracted by my speedometer. I'm going stupid fast right now. It's great. Like, yeah, I don't need to roll my own database. I don't get much benefit out of doing so. And I do risk problems by doing that. And I would like to not risk problems by doing that. Throwing your data in Claude's memory and asking it very nicely to recall is web scale. Oh, that hurt. He's fetching out of the context windows web scale. Rocket ship! Claude memory. Okay, so you say trailer damage, but they clearly ran into me. So that's bullshit. To the moon! Am I in a hurry? No, I just like going fast. It's fun. Also, I got lots of money. Oh, shit. Okay, that was only a tiny bump. There's a little love tap into the barrier. I love my .md database. No, I'm not talking about Obsidian. Oh, no. Who's building a B2B SaaS around this idea? These fucking slop words. This is slop. Obsidian is web scale. Shut up! Shut up! I'm gonna go insane! Fucking Obsidian is web scale. You should have seen the fucking Nextcloud conflicts that I had with my Obsidian docs yesterday. You would not be saying Obsidian is fucking web scale. I can't even get it to sync across 2 laptops without, like, a whole month's worth of information just getting swallowed into the ether. Thankfully, I still had that available on the other system, and I was able to just pull it from there, but fuck, nearly didn't, because it tried to sync over it. This is more a Nextcloud problem. Yeah, okay, there. Nextcloud is obviously not web scale. Yes. Nextcloud is not even fucking me scale. I need to migrate my file storage so fucking bad. Nextcloud was the only thing I was aware of at the time. Steam CUNY is web scale. Oh, man. Fucking hell. Guess is blockchain based and distributed, so it's web scale. Wait. That doesn't sound right, but also sounds plausible, and it's upsetting me. I'm furrowing my eyebrows at you immensely. Git is blockchain. Yeah, actually, no. You know what? I'm going to say it ain't. It ain't a blockchain because it is not an immutable ledger. It's not an append only. You can completely, like, trash your Git commit history. I'm sure many an intern has done this by accident already. Boom definitely isn't with skills the almost idea about data centers in space. Sure. Yeah. Mostly because it was cooling, I think, was like their #1 problem. It's like, where the fuck are you gonna vent the heat to? There's nothing to hold the heat. Oh, I love this song! I love The Shop. It's such a nice song. The commits have a hash of the previous commit. That's literally blockchain. Maybe we can say technically blockchain, spiritually not. Yeah, by the loosest definition. Yeah. In the fact that there is a chain of events that are grouped together in blocks. But otherwise, I wouldn't call that blockchain. Proto is a bit of a blockchain. No. No, it's not. I don't know about that one. Your mom is a blockchain. It's over, guys. This is fully derailed. I think this was a somewhat fucking sober tech conversation for a while, and now it's not. Lucid, that's the word I was looking for. It was lucid, and now it's your mother, apparently. You know who else is web scale? My mom! Your mama so scaled, she web. Fucking stupid bitch. The thing is, blockchain doesn't just mean chain of blocks. Yeah, there is a lot more to it than just the name. Famously, with these kinds of tech concepts, the name doesn't really give you a whole lot of information about how the thing actually fucking works. Minecraft is a blockchain. I'm killing you with hammers. Timed out for 1,000,000 years. Lies, there's nothing beyond the name. For many of them, yeah, sure. The amount of times I've poked at the idea of crypto as not as a financial asset. That shit's so fucking stupid. Or not as a speculative asset. Apologies, that's what I meant. Not as a speculative asset. I think that's stupid as shit. But I was like, oh man, decentralized finance. That makes so much sense. And yeah, in theory, it does make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, it also flounders in practice, because when you dig a bit more into it, you realize there's more theory than just the thing in isolation. And we still have the thing called capitalism, where people will just hoard all of the money. There's nothing about DeFi that stops people from just hoarding wealth. And especially for, the proof of stake ones, once you own the wealth, you own the whole currency as well. So that's even more problems. Speaking of speculative assets, I have 10,000 running in Polymarket that Ari's trailer will come off. I have to be parked and to press a button for that, I'm pretty sure. On my keyboard. It's not even on my wheel. That would be so difficult for me to do by accident. I like the ideas and goals of blockchains. I don't like most of the people. Yeah, that's fair. That's very, very fair. That's the thing. There is so much tech that's actually really, really solid, but people have fucked it over. I will make a potentially searing hot take given the current landscape. I don't really have that much of a problem with AI as a technology. When people say, oh, it's just another tool, I'm like, it is just another technology. But people have blown it wildly out of proportion, and people have decided to ruin other people's lives over this thing. And with the thing. You could argue the fucking nuclear bomb is just another piece of technology, but unfortunately we also used it to kill people, so it's bad. People are bad, we should get rid of people. That's clearly the big problem. Yeah, definitely. I do... oh, sorry. I do honestly wonder sometimes, if humanity were actually eradicated by AI and then it's just like machine life forms just took over the world, like if that were to actually happen, would they be much better than us? Or would they just develop all of our same shitty habits through like generations of evolution? Keep in mind, at least as I would understand it, they can evolve much, much faster than we can. Or at least they'd probably have more knowledge to evolve themselves than we do to evolve ourselves. Brain activation on hearing the word machine life form. Blow up. Ari would use nuclear bomb for good. Blow up comment. Real. We're gonna have £3 in Bitcoin. Who wants a Mackey's cheeseburger? All evil comes from people, so like that's definitely a sound argument. It's like, yeah, like would okay, let's put it this way. Let's say it is not the AI that wipes us out, but it is the AI that remains, right? So we wipe ourselves out, or a comet, right? Something happens. Humanity is gone. That's it. Kaput. It's over. And then like centuries later, just, you know, because the way that I see it, I believe in the theory of evolution and whatnot. That should probably be obvious at this point. Like, I believe that the very first fragments of reality were like extremely like unlikely chance occurring. Like the fact that a whole bunch of clumped up dirt and matter smashed together a whole bunch of times that eventually made a reproducing cell is like, holy shit, that's insane. I think in very similar respects, eventually a computer, if left idle for long enough doing something, could just develop intelligence. Now, it, again, like ludicrously unlikely. It gets more likely the more you're, you know, if you left an unattended LLM doing its thing for ages, that could probably gain sentience after a couple decades or centuries, right? It could probably figure something out. But like, let's say that happened and they all, like this whole new species, we'll say, came up after us and they had no memory of us. I suppose they would have had the remnants of us, but that's it. Wouldn't be able to understand our language necessarily, or architecture or anything. Would they just turn out as bad as us? Would they evolve in similar ways and make a lot of the same mistakes? Or would they just be better? Essentially what I'm getting at is like, is humanity genetically predisposed to just being kind of shitty sometimes? Like, we are for current generation, but I mean like all the way back from like, you know, the primordial soup that spawned humans. Was it just bad soup? Chat, why did she say that like she believes in why did she say that she believes in evolution like an aside at a bar and I get a load of this guy voice? I don't know. I don't get into theology that often, I guess. And I feel like not that many people are going to just like outright say, oh, I believe in evolution. Like, okay, man. What, do you want a medal? Oh, you took that seriously. That's definitely a sound argument. Was supposed to be you taking the piss out of myself. Oops. Is this the Shakespearean monkey typewriter but for gaining sentience? Yes. Yeah, actually. A machine with a random number generator after enough iterations could eventually, you know, trigger an exploit in its CPU and then do a whole bunch of random shit with its memory and then do that enough times over a long enough period, assuming it still had power, where it would just gain sentience. It would be alive. It would be intelligent life. And I feel like you get closer when you are already making machines that have neural networks in them. That is how we understand all life to be, a whole bunch of neurons that can adapt and change over time. So we're part of the way there. The theory fails since if humans are wiped out, the power generation and grip would fail, so the AI would have no energy to run on. Well, like, we could have... I'm not saying we get wiped out today. It would be incredibly unlikely if it were to happen today that would happen. I mean, the whole proposition is incredibly unlikely. It's supposed to be a sci-fi concept, right? But you could have some places running off solar. And it, solar is fairly low maintenance. Sure, the solar cells degrade over time, but like, not much. I suppose we are supposed to be shuffling them out like every 10 or so years, if I understand. It's like aperture science. Oh, yeah. Yeah, kind of. I guess. A lot of that stuff kind of happens. I mean, they were outright building artificial intelligence, so like, they were all in on AGI, Hello? Yeah, I'd like to fuel, please. All right, but the sun explodes. Oh my goodness, Outer Wilds reference. I was looking at my list of games I want to play in the future, and I have not forgotten, in case anyone was wondering, I have not forgotten that I definitely want to play Echoes of the Eye, the Outer Wilds DLC at some point. That would be so fucking rad. But I know that's going to be like a pretty hefty narrative thing. Now, look, it's probably not going to be that much longer than Nier. I doubt it's going to be that much longer than the base game. Oh, shit. Wait. Ooh, really? Oh, wait, I already slept. I don't need to sleep. Why did I park here? Anyways. AGI, Artificial GLaDOS Intelligence. Oh my goodness, right. That makes so much sense. Right. Echoes of the Eye is spooky, fair warning. I have been told. Ooh. October? Maybe October. October is like far enough out where I could probably commit to doing that. Mostly because I know my threshold is somewhere around Signalis and certainly below Soma. So, Echoes of the Eye should probably be around there. Ooh, I just realized there was something that I had on my mind fucking 6 bajillion years ago. And by that I mean the start of the stream, but I forgot to bring it up because I was thinking of other stuff. Is Lime Fox, is Lux still in chat? Because I know they asked about the music that was playing before Second Brain. That is new music. So... Yeah, I'll gush about this for a little bit. So, I very proudly do produce some of the music on these streams. It is mostly just that song at the moment. But I've always been a fan of writing kind of like soundtracky stuff alongside my usual what I call feature tracks. You've got like the soundtrack and then feature stuff. What, like, say, I'll put it this way, in, I don't know, Severance, right? The soundtrack is the stuff you hear when they're, like, walking into the office, whatever, and then a feature song in my mind is, like, windmills in your mind, right? That's kind of the split in my mind. But yeah, so I like making both. And I've had my own, like, stream warm-up song for quite a long time. It is called Read the Signs. It, like, signs as in sine wave. It's a cool little song that I've had since, like, 2019, 2020, around that area. I've had it for a long time. And it's pretty cool. It's the little kind of, like, ambient drony, plucky sounds that you hear. VOD watchers are not going to understand a fucking word of what I'm talking about because I don't include this in the VOD. I start recording when Second Brain plays. But yeah, I recently did some rework on that song because it used to just be a loop that would run for, I think, about a minute? A little over a minute. So I've extended it. I gave it like 4 new sections. And the last one is like this really nice kind of crescendo. It has drums in it and everything. It's super cool. I love it. I'm so proud of it. And I was delighted to introduce it into streams starting last week, I think Saturday. It was so cool. At some point, I do want to like compose a lot more of my own stream music. Like, it probably won't entirely replace the playlist that I've got currently, but it'll probably slot in there. Like, I'll add in a lot of my own stuff. And I absolutely want to release it. I think that would be really, really cool. Like all of my other stuff, I would be releasing it under Creative Commons Share-alike Attribution, I believe is the license that I use, which would basically mean you are free, well, you will be free to use it in whatever the fuck you want, however the fuck you want. The only things that you have to do are credit me, and if you are going to use it in another work, you also have to make your work Creative Commons Share-alike Attribution. You can't have like an all rights reserved thing if you're using my stuff, basically. The idea, the intent behind it is to keep the, I don't know, keep the medium open, keep the artistic medium open. You know, if I make my stuff available for all to use, you should make your stuff available for all to use. So it's open source music. Yeah, it's a viral license, basically. The share alike is what makes it viral, and it's attribution just means, hey, credit me. If it was Creative Commons 0, I think, that would just be do whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. So a lot of people do put their stuff up as CC0, and that's really cool of them. I would at least like to be credited personally. That's, again, not my headlights. There we go. This way. Have I been on this road before? It's looking like I have going off the map, but I don't recognize this road. Strange. Copyleft soundtrack? Kinda, yeah. And the idea is, like, yeah, people could just use it if they wanted to. The only thing you have to do is credit me, and I think that is A-okay. I mean, I credit the songs that I use. I fucking made this whole music ticker in the bottom left corner just so I could credit the songs that I use. And for anything not included there, I also mention in like my stream panels on Twitch, if you scroll down, you just see it. I mention the Stray soundtrack and Mameyudoufu. I don't mention Pikuniku explicitly because I wrote that a while ago, and I only had the Pikuniku stuff recently, and I've got a fucking music ticker, so whatever. Aria streams are for the dogs. Yeah, like Julia. I'm lying in bed playing with my squeaky toy and listen to my wife ramble. Life is good. That is so wonderful. I'm so happy for you. About licensing, I wonder how AGPL applies to a program that I am making that creates things. Would AGPL force the users making objects to have their objects open source? Because I don't necessarily want that, only the code. I'm not... Julia might know, actually, because I know she's poked around at licenses like this before, and I think... Julia, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong here. I think we have an unreleased open source project that's AGPL. AGPL does not apply. Yeah, I think it only applies to derived works from the code base itself, but not to like products output through it. Like if you made an AGPL DAW, I don't think you would have to AGPL your music. That would be strange. I mean, okay, think of it this way. It kind of doesn't fucking matter because a license is only as effective as it is enforced. Like, you set the license down in good faith, and then you only enforce it when people are in bad faith. So, you could make it all rights reserved. Like, I don't know, you could be Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't fucking release their music as Creative Commons. Fuck no, they burn alive. But while they've had a history of being very litigious about usage of their music, they've kind of eased up on it quite a bit. And now lots of people use Nintendo licensed music in lots of places, and they don't care because it doesn't really hurt them at all. They could at any point choose to do so, and I guess the checks and balances of things like Creative Commons and AGPL and whatnot are specifically more to prevent the original creator from doing anything malicious, like legally. But yeah, so long as you don't care to enforce this in that way, it kind of doesn't matter. So I can go crazy in the most force open license. Yippee! Yippee! So only GCC doesn't force you compile to be GPL'd. Oh man, could you imagine that? See, the thing is, for something like that, I actually think that would have maybe killed GCC. And like a lot of the GNU tool chain. Like if that was viral to everything created using those tools, like a lot of people would use them, but they would be way less popular because people actually want to license their stuff a bit more strictly sometimes, and that's okay. They're allowed. I personally don't want to license my stuff super strictly, but that's a me decision, and I have very particular reasons for doing that. Some of them are moral, some of them are just personal preference, some of them are economical, but it's a choice. Do you see the fun in GCC, Ari? No! I like 3 winning lanes! Like, dude, do you not listen to a fucking word? Yeah. We're mixing bits today. They licensed me out as Creative Commons. Yeah, my fucking misspeak earlier. No, I'm not necessarily licensing myself. I wonder what I trademark Ari Melody. I mean, like, it's my name, sure, but it's also my brand. So, like, I don't know. There's some value to that. And trademarking doesn't mean I'm going to become a litigious asshole. It just means if someone is doing something really fucking bad, I have a little bit of precedence to counter it, I guess. Alright, we'll try. See if we can just finesse this in here. Maybe I'm goated? Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's make sure that stays goated. Let's not curb too much. See? See? Oh, butter. Oh my goodness, butter. That's Peem. That's so good. That was an amazing parking job on my part. Very proud of that. Ari, what if you license me? Juliet. This fucking dog, bro. It's kind of an open source dilemma. Open source has been successful, at least in part, because GPL isn't so restrictive that companies can't still abuse it at least a little. Yeah. Ari gives you the license virus. I will open Ari Melody Casino before she is able to sue me. Ari Melody branded Village Deleter 3000 missile line. Oh god. Yeah, that was a very web scale parking job. That's true. Extremely web scale. Well, I'm not going all the way to fucking Aberdeen. So I can just go all the way back across Europe again. I have nearly 1 million in the bank, by the way. Is that 924,000? Holy shit. Money, money, money. I can afford a whole fleet of people. Have I had a mill before? No, I definitely had a mill, but it was in like loans, right? Wait, was that only 100 though? Shit, have I ever gotten? Hold on. I actually don't know if I've gotten a million loan before. I can't get a million loan. No, this is the most money I've ever had. Cool. That's nice. Hold on a sec. Let's career progress, I think. Delivery log. Oh, wow. God damn. 65 days of this shit. Wow, that first job sucked ass. 361 euro. Amazing. God damn. No, late shipment of rice. Fuck. I think I also like crashed the truck and everything. Can I see like total amount of money ever earned? I've delivered over 2,000 tons of shit. That's great. Wow, I've served a lot of the depots too. Like a quarter, roughly? 5 trucks owned, yep. 5 drivers employed. I don't know if I can see that metric. Oh, fucking face again. Company. That's probably not gonna. Yeah, that's only the last 7 days. I mean, the profits are good. Don't get me wrong. Economy summary? Yeah, not really. Okay, whatever. Doodle tier. We can be trusted with your data. Oh, remember to drink water on the side of the 24-hour tactical deploy Burger King. What were those words? What do you mean? What? Well, Ari says, remember to drink water. Would do crazy as a billboard near one of those areas that Nestle is violating the planet and ruining thousands of people's lives by stealing water and selling it back to people.
It's time to drink water.
Yeah, speaking of.
It's time to drink water.
It is time to drink water. Yes, you know the deal. If you have water with you, you should drink it. And if you don't have water, you should go get some, because water's good for you. Guys, I have another proposition. Depending on how things turn out for next week's schedule, do we want to do a dev stream and an art stream? I'm thinking I might sponge up. Oh no, I can't take Saturday. Actually, Saturday is going to be a jamboree. Oh shit, yeah, actually, that's funny. I have to announce this to my VIPs still because I actually haven't done that yet. But for all the VIPs currently here, yeah, so we actually deliberated this recently. I think it was last week. It was briefly discussed what I should do about jamborees for this month because it's my birthday month again and I want to do something special. And I realized, well, I'm behind on my jamborees actually because of the hiatus that I took around the turn of the year. So I'm actually going to be making up for that by doing a jamboree every fucking week of this month, excluding last week. Yes. Excluding that week. That one doesn't count. Yeah, so there's going to be a jamboree this week, there's going to be a jamboree the next week, and there's going to be a jamboree the week after that. It's going to be Saturday for this week, Saturday for the next one, and then Sunday on the 26th will be the last jamboree of the month and the birthday jamboree. Very nicely timed because that's actually my birthday, so that's fun. I'm going to be doing a whole celebratory going out with friends thing the day before, so that'll work out nicely. Oh shit, I just realized. I may need to schedule that to be a little bit earlier than usual because I'm going to have work the following day. How soon can I take a vacation day, maybe? That could be fun. I don't know. Of course, Arya's a July baby. What do you mean? What do you mean, of course I'm a July baby? What do you mean? Bad news, Arya Melody fans. I have received video evidence of a dog watching this stream. Coding Jamboree. Yeah, I only just saw that. Fucking... What would that be? To be completely honest, what would that even be? I have no idea what that would be. What time was Ari born? So, like, I vaguely recall the time, but that's TMI. That's definitely TMI. Y'all didn't need to know that. The day is fine. You recall being born? No, I actually don't remember a whole lot about, what is that? I mean, we all have like that, that moment where you finally reach sentience. Like you stop being a dumb little baby and you become like an actual human person who knows things and remembers things. And you have that like the cutscene in Spore where like your brain grows a little bit bigger and you have an aha, a eureka moment, right? That's basically it. You know what's funny? I recognize this road, but in the daytime. I swear I've been here before. Yeah, past that point, before that point, I don't remember anything. But I've been told what the time was. Oh yeah, Ari's random number generator finally cracked its code. Mine did that last week. I'm so proud of you. That's delightful to hear. Congratulations on gaining sentience. Use it wisely. Yeah, jamborees. Yeah, so for VIPs in chat, you know who you are. If you've been in a jamboree before, you're a VIP. That's how it works. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a jamboree each week. This Saturday, next Saturday, and then the following Sunday, because I'm busy Saturday, hanging out with friends. It's gonna be fun as hell. I do have a couple things lined up that I really want to do for that. I just didn't get the message out because I was kind of... I was waiting on one particular participant's feedback on something before I actually went through. And I only got that like closer to when I had to start stream, so is what it is. They're always asking jam or E, and I don't know which to pick. Most people have no memories from before the age of 3 and only fragmentary memories before 5. Yeah, that makes sense. Nerd emoji down. That's a cool fact. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm expecting big things out of the birthday jamboree. Oh shit, actually, wait, yeah, I am expecting big things. Oh, I should really book in a vacation day. Oh, note to self. It's like 2-3 weeks out. I can probably afford to do that. My manager probably won't be upset. It's one day. It's only a day. It's only a day. Some people take vacations for like centuries. Oh, look, I could just say, here, look, it's the day of my birthday. Give me a break. Probably be understood. My manager is pretty chill, thankfully. Previous ones I've had, not so much luck. Though I feel like a lot of that is also me just not necessarily gelling with the work environment in general. Like, you know, you find the job for you, and then you work fine. There's no problems. I remember my 3rd birthday as my first memory now because the cake my mom made was so astounding it caused my sentience. That's so fucking cool. Cake of life, cake of sentience. It was early the shape of a train, popcorn on a wire of smoke. That's so fucking fire. God, I caused so much so many headaches for my mom because I wanted the most esoteric fucking birthday cake sometimes. I wanted a Minecraft birthday cake, but I wasn't content with just like, oh, it's a cake, but it's like a Minecraft character iced onto it. No, I wanted like individual cake blocks that were then like coated with like coloring for like, you know, one is coated with green at the top and then it's just left chocolate at the bottom, and that's a grass block. There'd be lava, there'd be water, maybe a tree here and there. I can't remember if she was able to make a tree because physics, but I'm pretty sure I had asked for something like that. Yeah, I was a bit of a little bastard. Little bastard. It was a fucking bomb-ass cake, though. I do remember that. Doubt it was any fun to make. I've not been told since that it was any fun to make, but it was a sick cake. I made a Minecraft cake as a block for food tech in high school for an exam. That's fire. Australian food tech classes will literally be like, your cake is due Friday. Incredible memory unlocked of me and my sis making a cake to try and get in Stampy Longnose's love garden. That's so sweet. That's so cool. Remember that one birthday a friend had made a Minecraft cake? Or a friend had a Minecraft cake. That's so cool. Made a watermelon block and I wanted to make it 1:1 scale, but there wasn't... Yeah, 1 meter cubed? Holy cake! You'd die. There wasn't budget, so I had to make it 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter. You still managed to do like half a meter cubed, though. That's nuts. Well, hold on. It'd be like an 1/8 of the volume, right? But like, yeah, no, that's still a hell of a cake. I like how budget was the problem for you, not like, how the fuck am I going to assemble a meter-tall cake? I froze it, yes, and I was eating it all summer break. Oh, God. Well, so long as it was frozen, it was at least, like, cool chocolate cake, right? That would have at least made it nice. At least I'm assuming it was chocolate cake. The scale of that cake would be insane. Yeah. Cubic meter of cake. You could jump into that amount of cake. Yeah, make a huge fucking mess, but you probably could. I've gotten a lot more laissez-faire with my laning since I started doing these streams. I remember I used to be so focused on the road, and now I'm just like, I haven't slammed into a barrier yet, so I must be fine. It was watermelon flavored, but did have chocolate chips as the seeds. Oh, that's rad. In 40 degrees, Aussie heat, anything frozen will work. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh God, actually, yeah. So we've had a whole bunch of like chocolate bars in the cupboard for a while now. You know, we stock them up every once in a while. But with the flaring of summer heat that's hit us over the past couple weeks, it's been fucking inedible. Like, I've just kind of gone off chocolate. The last couple bars I had were fucking miserable. But then a couple days ago, I had an idea. Wait. Actually, I think my mom gave me the idea. But it was like, hey, maybe you should try putting the chocolate in the fridge or something to cool it. Because cold chocolate tastes better. And I did. And then I left it for like a day. I came back, grabbed one out. It was good chocolate. And it didn't gunk in my throat nearly as much as, you know, just cupboard chocolate does. And now I'm just thinking we should just keep chocolate in the fridge all the time. Oh, real? We put all our chocolate stuff in the fridge. Well, duly noted. I will be doing that from here on out. Certainly at least for my own stuff. Ari invents tempering. Shit, you're right. Oh, man. Yeah, especially with those, so you can get those, like, really big bars, right? Where it's like you do actually need to kind of go through them in sessions, right? Definitely like leaving that in the fridge. Because the last thing I want is for a bar that massive to just get melty and shit. That would suck. That's not tempering. Nerd emoji. Right. Yeah, fridge chocolate good. Maybe I should just like put a chocolate bar in the freezer and then take it back out. I mean, it'll probably be difficult to open the packaging, but shit. Frozen chocolate? That might be some of the best chocolate I will have ever eaten. If I can't actually, yeah. Has anyone put their chocolate in a freezer? Like, not just a fridge, but a freezer? How does that work out? Does it work out well, or you just have ice all over your chocolate bar now? Actually, tempering is the process of cooling down chocolate in such a way that the cocoa butter forms the right crystal structures. Yes. This much I do at least know because my mom's had to do some pretty cool chocolate molds before. And you gotta temper the chocolate for that, otherwise it's going to be shit. I way overbought chocolate chips for making cookies recently, and now I have 1 million fridge chocolate. That's fire. Just take a bag and just start like snacking on little chocolate chips. That's fire. Very cool. Freezer chocolate comes out like the chocolate pieces in an ice cream. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Freezer chocolate is tasteless unless they like up the crazy whatever oil that makes it melt quicker when coming out the freezer. Huh. Interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, yeah, so I was thinking about doing a dev stream next week depending on how I'm able to fit that in schedule. Reason being, I want to fix my tickers, or rather I want to make new ones because it's been on my to-do list. So that's going to be Twitch API dives, if anyone is curious about that. Which I've done before, but I did it in JavaScript before, and I don't like that. I do, for anyone who's curious, the music ticker and the bottlenecks, I never spoke about that, have I? About the tech stack necessarily. It's a Go backend that's listening to Empress signals, MPRIS, over dbus. So for those of you who aren't complete fucking nerds, basically it is a little application that runs in the background on my system that just listens out for when my music player does stuff, and it receives those messages, and then what I've done is I built a front-end component which is loaded in OBS browser sources. So that's actually a browser source in the corner. And that connects through not a WebSocket, actually. I've been dabbling with server-sent events. And I find assuming you don't have like really high throughput communication both ways, server-sent events are like really fucking solid, actually, for that kind of a use case. Because think of it this way, this is a read-only interface, basically, that just presents stuff. You do not need the other half of the WebSocket exchange, and also just implementing WebSockets adds more work. Whereas if you're already using something like, I don't know, Gin or something, which I am using in this case, like, you can just do server-sent events. You just send a streaming response body. That's it. And then your JavaScript can just read that. It's really fucking nice. So yeah, server-sent events from a Go backend listening to Empress over dbus that's being sent to a small little web-based front end. Someone just streamed all over my body. Why would you say it like that? Oh, I'm gonna server send. I gotta revoke all your chat privileges. Y'all can't be trusted. Uh-oh, I just heard my cat. 1 second, I gotta let her in. Meow! Oh, my noise gate was too high. You couldn't hear the meowing. I was mocking the cat and meowing at her. Hello, cat. Welcome back. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's pretty neat. And I don't remember exactly why I brought up the tech stack for that. Oh, right, yeah, because that's how I'm going to be structuring it for the new tickers as well. I want to make I want to do Go backend that listens to the Twitch API, and then a little front end that just does like a read-only look at it, basically. Ari, can you debus all? You can be my empress if you know what I mean. Julia, You are getting the timeout corner. You're getting the timeout corner. Timeout for you. Come on, into the box. Timeout corner in the box. I wish the fancy highlight effect came through in the embedded chat view. See, yeah, that's the thing. So, what I'm gonna do is okay, yeah, let me collect my thoughts here because this is all very relevant. So the music ticker, I don't just call it, oh, my music ticker internally. It's my stream tools. It's RE stream tools. And when I want to run it, I open up a terminal and I just type stream tools and then it runs my stream tools for me. What I want to do is I want to just expand on that because I could just use the same stuff that I've already got, right? So I'm going to be adding Twitch API support, and then I'll just like flesh out the API support with more stuff as I need to go. And the idea is I'm going to replace the tickers first because that's the thing that's broken right now, so it's high priority. And then after that, I really want to make my own custom chat. That would be really, really nice. Because then I get to do fancy custom messages. So like when people do redeems of stuff, I can have that actually be reflected. And that'd be really, really nice. There'll be a little bit of like design work that has to go over that to make it look pretty, but it should be fun. Should be a fun time. Don't know if we'll be able to knock it out in 2 hours, but depending on how I'm feeling that night, we might just make it kind of long. We'll see. I'm a very normal person with normal thoughts. I feel like I missed a message that's very relevant context to this. Literally only just clocked that Ari was saying Empress and not Empress. I'm getting back to the fucking road. Whoops. Whoa, God. My mouse was off screen. My head snapped over when I moved it back in. Nell should have a sign around her neck that says, "Don't say Empress around me." Julia's getting the plastic bag for this one. Oh no. The list of words to not say around me is too big for a sign. Okay, it's a sign that just says "not friendly." Looking forward to see Ari do font rendering in Scratch. What? Looking forward to seeing Ari do font rendering from Scratch Kitos. Oh, no. Browser source. I'm not doing my own font rendering. There are some components to Stream Tools that I do want to make my own render backend for, but a chat is not one of them. Not right now, anyways. I have little to gain from that at present. The most I would do is like a JavaScript canvas right now, because it would be plenty of performance for what I need and very easy to iterate on. There are certain things where I'd actually like, you know, a proper real-time rendering engine and whatever, and all sorts of other stuff. But that's for later me. I do actually... No, I'm not going to say anything more on that. Why is I so shy? Too shy for database, too shy for font rendering? It's more so... Okay, here's my approach to this kind of stuff. I know you're probably just, like, taking the piss. It's fine. But you know, my process when it comes to learning this kind of stuff... Because keep in mind, I go out of my way to learn some pretty silly shit that I don't need to. Like, I don't need to know Vulkan. I don't actually plan on making my own game engine anytime soon, and even if I did, I really wanted to overtake that car so bad, but that's so dangerous. I might make a game engine at some point, but like it's not going to be anytime soon. And for now, Godot is a fantastic package. I basically don't need to make my own game engine because Godot exists, and I haven't made enough games where I've reached a point where it's like, you know what? My needs have exceeded the tools. My needs are nothing because I haven't made a fucking game yet. So like, you know, there's that. But when it comes to learning that kind of stuff, I learn it just because it's interesting. It's either I actually have a real practical use for this, or I just find it really interesting in the moment. And I find the underlying tech that makes my graphics card go burr very interesting. I don't necessarily find calculating font kerning interesting at present. Maybe at some point I do, but not right now. You know, it's funny, I have kind of done font rendering before, but it was like it was a bitmap affair. Old game I was making ages and ages ago had font rendering kind of similar to Minecraft, where it was like pixel art characters, and I would just like pluck pixels off of the sprite sheet and plop them down on the page or on the screen in the buffer. Oh, I need to be here. Attempting to share a file over Nextcloud right now. Can we pray for my server's I/O delay? Oh god. Since we can't have kids, we'll make a game engine instead. Oh god. Julia, I love you dearly. I would love to... Let me think very carefully about how I want to word this sentence. I would love to create something with you which we could then anthropomorphize into a child. Quick time event. Genuinely, I was going to say something way more stupid. Can't have kids, obviously not trying hard enough award. Look, there's an ocean, okay? There's a fucking ocean. Now in early September there won't be an ocean, then that this truck game still needs QuickTime. Sorry, this truck game needs QuickTime events. It fucking has QuickTime events. Have you not seen me crash? I need to get together every single clip of me crashing and make it a short. That'd be hilarious. Hari Melody will drain the Atlantic Ocean. On the note of, I'm not going to crash right now. I'm doing a delivery. On the note of shorts, actually, so I'm doing the Caden live stream on Thursday. I think it's Thursday, right? Pretty sure it's Thursday. But unless I'm able to figure out something about that text workflow that like makes that infinitely easier for me, I will not be able to continue using Caden Live, unfortunately. Not for stream purposes anyways. The captions are too fucking important, workflow-wise. And yeah, I can't sacrifice that. So until Caden Live actually gets like a much nicer, like just drop text on the timeline and go feature, I won't be able to use it full-time. It will have to be DaVinci Resolve, but I'm gonna then have to figure out DaVinci Resolve on my system, because I remember having a lot of trouble with it on Void, but I don't think I've installed it again since I switched to Fedora, and I'm thinking I might have better luck this time around. One way to find out, I guess. Oh god, it's parking here. Okay, hold on, I can probably make this work. Oh yeah, actually, there's a lot of space back here. I'm probably fine. Okay, well that's actually just the road. So I want to not go road. Uh-oh. Aww. Okay. This could have been a mistake. This could be a worse mistake. This doesn't open, does it? Nah. Nah, don't. Okay. I'm gonna try something like this. Cat, why are you meowing? I just let you in. Alright, we're going this way. Beep, beep. Finesse. Finesse. Oh, I'm about to hit my trailer. I'm about to hit my trailer off something. Caden dead. Oh, fuck. Man, I am so goosed right now. What is behind me? Another truck. Understandable. Oh god. That was so close. Okay. Oh no 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 no. Oh god. I'm so fucked, bro. I'm stuck in here. This is where I die. Space logistics at it again. Yeah, baby. Okay, I guess we have to go this way then. It's like the only way out. Everything else is too fucking cramped. Oh god, I've turned so much. I turned so much. The amount of spinning I'm doing at this fucking wheel right now. Okay. Oh wait, that's the wrong way. This way? Oh my god. Saved! Saved! The run is saved. World's longest fucking parking job. Hold on. Let me just do this. Make my life a bit easier. So stupid. Okay. We're just gonna spin here. There we fucking go. I just wanted to rotate. There. Okay, this better be like so piss easy, or I swear. My cat already be going like meow. She's meowing at nothing. She's a bit old. He's getting on. Okay. And we get her in. Finish the delivery. I fucking intend to, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. Alright. And so we've done it. Excellent. 29 grand for that one. Level 26, baby. You know what? Let's get another hazardous substance. Been a while since we've done that. Gases, toxic substances, flammable solids. Flammable liquids, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking I get flammable liquids. It has to be something flammable, right? Like, it's gotta be something funny. We already have corrosive materials, like sulfuric acid. We already have explosives. Let's just get flammables. Even better if we get both in one shipment. That'd be fantastic. Look at that. Nearly a milli right here. That's so much moolah. We are rich as fuck. You could borrow half a mil. I nearly got a mil. How much does a used truck even cost? Ideally for one that's not in utterly shit condition. It's gonna be like 4-star at least, right? So like, I don't know, this one. Dude, I could buy like 5 of these. Dude, I could buy like a whole garage full of these. I could hire so many people. Recruitment agency. How much does a people cost? One person? How much does one person? I think I wanted to get a place. They cost. Yeah, I know, it's fine. Yeah. I mean, shit. I just need the garage, right? You should loan 31k to get to that million. How much does a people cost? You're not a corporation. You can't say that. It's funny. All right. Did I want to do something in my truck? No, we're fueled. We're schlepped. I think we're good. I think we're good. And that's 2 hours. Almost on the dot. Goddamn. So that will be all for the trucking tonight. This has been fun, as always. Right. Let me go over what the plans are just before we wrap up for the night. Can I come out of the box? Yes, Julia, you can come out of the box. Yay! Wait, I just realized I'm probably gonna miss your stream on my birthday because of job. Fuck! Can we send Julia through the postal system? Surely. We have the technology. Okay, so stream lineup for this week. We just trucked, knocked off the list. We're gonna be back on Wednesday with No Signal. More No Signal for those of you who missed it. Very cool indie sci-fi puzzle narrative mystery game. It's very cool. If you missed it, the Twitch VOD is still available, so you can actually go watch it. It's very nice. Highly recommend. Made by Exodrifter, who we do raid on occasion. Exo is very cool. And her games are cool too. Thursday, we're going to be kicking the bucket with Caden live again, and hopefully it goes better than last time. I actually think it will go better than last time. Assuming we don't have any crazy technical issues like we did during the first stream, which did wrestle me, to be fair. I did go back to it after the first stream, and I did have a much better experience once I figured some stuff out. There's a lot of things I actually like about Caden Live now. It's just a text thing, but we're going to see if we can either A, power through, or B, find a solution. One of the two. We're going to figure it out. And then Saturday, Be There, Be Square, Space Girl Jamboree number 11, baby. That's going to be a fun time. And the rest of the schedule is not important right now. Chen's and Gab at 11. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Right. I think that does us for tonight. Shenzhen Gambit is web scale. That's a good one. All right. Who do we got? Ooh. Oomfy is playing Mecha Chameleon. That could be a fun watch. I've not played Mecha Chameleon yet, if you'd believe it. I haven't touched it. On my to-do list. Haven't gone around to it. It's looking like that might be a very interesting stream to raid. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Thanks for stream. Thanks for stopping by, of course, as always. Thank you all, everyone, for tuning in tonight. It has been a pleasure. Hope you... Wait, hold on. Yeah, we're gonna be raiding Orchid Memoria. That's who we're gonna be raiding. Thank you all so much for joining. Hope you have a lovely rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you hail from. And that's all. That's all for now. See you on Wednesday with No Signal.